MandoBug Crafts, episode 24. Today's Valentine's Day, so I want to wish all of you, new viewers and returning viewers, a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you are sharing the love with everybody, because Valentine's Day just isn't about you and one special someone. It's about you and all the people you love in your life. I remember my mom used to buy us chocolates every year, so you know, even if you are maybe single this Valentine's Day, someone somewhere loves you, and you should share that with them. And since it is Valentine's Day, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to share this very old project with you guys. So, man, 9 years ago, my husband and I are high school sweethearts. So when we were dating in high school, I was 16 and he was 15, and our very first Valentine's Day I made him a bear, and it survived the years, and I've had to make repairs, and I thought I'd share it with you. It's not the prettiest, but it was made with love. That's what counts, right? Here it is. Look at his little floppy head. Oh. So I don't even know what I made this out of. Some acrylic, I'm sure. It's kind of soft and fuzzy. I don't know if you can see the halo, but look at that loose gauge. It's so loose you can see right through it. And this, I'm sure, is some red heart probably. And, you know, I tried to embroider a little heart on them. It's terrible. And I tried to embroider the eyes and the nose, and I remember making it, and like the eyes weren't turning out in a perfect circle, so I just kept making them bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, and I mean, here's where the repairs are always needed. His neck. I think the head was sewn to the body, because that always comes undone, and his arm over here always comes undone. You can see it's not a very good sew job, and like I think he's got like some ends poking out randomly on his butt. But I thought you guys might get a kick out of that we still have it after all these years. But man, this Valentine's Day, I don't know if you guys are going through Snowpocalypse 2014, but this episode is up late because of the weather. Our power was on and off yesterday and the day before, so I was like, no point in recording, I probably can't even upload, let alone charge my video camera. So I went ahead and just put it off until today, but it was so dangerous. I hope you guys are all safe and, you know, made it through the weather okay, because I know here in Georgia we're not used to this kind of weather, so we were in a state of emergency and I didn't have to go to work. I don't think anybody did, and we didn't get a lot of snow. The scariest part was that it rained and then it froze, and on the trees it weighs them down and they snap and they break and they land in people's houses, they land on power lines. It's just a very dangerous situation. So we were very fortunate that our trees in our backyard aren't very big, but I went ahead and shot a little video of outside my craft window, and I'll insert that here. Here's the view outside of my craft room window. You can see all the tree branches that fell in my backyard. Oh, I'm just lucky none of it came down on the house. There's some that fell over there too, but majority fell right here. So like I said, we are very fortunate, and I hope you guys are all safe too. But moving on to something I've learned. So I learned a lot this week, but I shot a video about one of the things I learned, so I'll probably go ahead and share that one. So I got a bat with my Ashford Traveler from Winterwood Farm, and I attempted to do some woolen spinning, since the bat is a woolen preparation. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. You know, I should have probably paid for a class or some sort of book or something, but I just kind of went through YouTube and tried to find something. And so from what I've seen, long draw is a method of woolen spinning, and that's what I attempted to do. So I shot a little video, and in the beginning I show you kind of how I spin worsted, but I was quickly trying to show it, and it's not completely how I spin worsted. So take that, you know, with a grain of salt, because, I mean, I pre-draft the fiber and then I let the spin eat it, but I never let it get all the way down to the fiber, and I do that in the video, so I guess just kind of, no, that's like a special note. But here's me woolen spinning my bat. Okay, so I have a piece of my bat that I got with my wheel from Winterwood Farm, and since this is a woolen prep, I decided to try to spin it woolen, and I wanted to show you what I'm doing, what I think is the difference. So normally when I spin worsted, this is what I do. I kind of pre-draft the fiber and let the spin grab the fiber afterwards. But with the woolen spinning, what I'm doing is I'm letting the spin get to the fiber and then I'm just pulling from there. So, I believe this is what they call the long draw method, and sometimes I get these little bumps that come through and I just kind of untwist them. I find it hard to be consistent with the woolen spinning, and I'm not sure if it's because it's new to me or if it's just kind of a characteristic of spinning woolen. But that is how I've spun this bat. So I'll go ahead and share that I finished spinning that bat. That's why I didn't correct the video, because I had already finished spinning it. So I got 100 yards out of my it's like a 2 and change ounce bat. So it's definitely like a worsted weight. Here it is. And I just went ahead and did a traditional 3-ply on it. And it's got this nice color changing barber pole action. And I'm very, very pleased with it, and it's soft. I think this was a alpaca Angora blend. I don't know, I'll put it at the bottom because I don't really have show notes this week, so rogue, here we go. Wildcard time. But I'll go ahead and edit this stuff in. But the cool thing about this 2-ounce bat is that I ended up spinning it worsted weight, which means it matches the domestic wool that I got, and I think it might go together. Looking at it on the camera, maybe not. They're both purples, but this one's got like this, it's like a lighter purple that doesn't quite match these ones because he's got pink in them. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. They're just going to kind of sit in my hand-spun stash, but I can't tell you how exciting it is to have a hand-spun stash. They're such wonderful, one-of-a-kind skeins that, I can't, like, I itch to knit with my hand-spun all the time, and at the same time I'm scared because I don't want to use it on the wrong project. So, since I went ahead and shared one of my finished objects this week, I'll go ahead and share the only other one. I finished plying up the 2 ounces of Mountain Color Inks Targhee in the Northwind colorway. I spun it on my wheel, and so it wasn't the best singles I think you guys saw last week. It's a very bulky, super bulky yarn. I only got 60 yards out of my 2 ounces, so. But I'm kind of pleased how this turned out for being chain plied. It's not that bad. It's a nice solid hank, it's like, I don't know, this is an interesting fiber, and I'm really, curious how this is gonna work up. But I didn't like drafting it. I'm not a fan of Targhee. Maybe if I like the way the yarn ends up, it'll be worth the trouble of spinning it, but I had issues spinning it. My issues. I just like to spin the merino. It's super fine, very, shorter staple length. I like that kind of spinning, so, everyone's got their favorites. So yeah, those are my finished objects for the week, guys. I didn't really finish anything. So, works in progress. I have been making quite a bit of progress on my I'm going to call them klapakti, because I'm working on the 2 klapaktises, and I'm still not even sure how to say it, so, it'll be down here, klapakti. So this is the other thing that I've learned, drop stitch. So I've gotten pretty far on the Lorna's Laces Fresh Stripe klapaktis. This is on a US 6, and I have started dropping stitches. Let's see if I can kind of stretch them out and weigh them because it's not blocked, of course. I'm still working on it. So you can see it's kind of cool. I really like how it's turning out, and it's going to make the shawl huge for just one skein of, you know, fingering weight yarn. And the other thing I like about this pattern is that it's worked left to right, so you don't ever have that many stitches on your needle at a time. You don't have to do the whole, you know, edges of it. So I do like that. Should finish this soon. It's a nice little quick memorable pattern. You know, you just do your increases till half your yarn's gone, and then you do your decreases, and then you're done. Quick, simple, sweet, fun. And then I got to the halfway point on my Sunrise Fabric Company's Champagne Classic Sock. So you can see no drop stitches yet, but they will be like this. So this one was supposed to be for my mom, but I really want to keep it. Also, I don't know if my mom would A, wear a yellow scarf / shawl, or B, hand wash it. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't hand wash it. She throws everything in the machine, so I'm probably going to keep it for myself. So those are going good. They're on US size 6. I'm not sure if I said that, and it's a free pattern, so you know, that's always nice. And then I also have been working on this new project. It is the pacifier bear, baby bear, you know. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's crochet, and this is something else that I learned. And you know, this is one of those things where it's something I've learned, and I don't know if I'm doing it right, but it's right enough. You know what I mean? So this was a request from somebody. They wanted me to make a bear, and I'm pretty sure I can share this because the person it's for does not watch the show. Like, I'm 95% sure they don't watch. So they want this bear to look like their dog. So here's the progress. This is going to be huge. So their dog is a little Yorkie that is like brown and tan. And this is the head. And I did not think this pattern was going to be this big. This is humongous. But it's nice curly hairs. And it's soft. So I'm using Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn because it is a, you know, gift knitting, and it's a stuffed toy. It's soft enough, and acrylic, you gotta love how acrylic keeps up. So I got this far. I was supposed to make the ears first, and I wanted to see if I could even do the loop stitch first before I invested that much time into it, and I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the head and then stop and make the ears and put the eyes on and then the mouth before I continue, because it's one continuous piece. But I did do the mouth. So this is for a pacifier bear. So the mouth has a hole in it so that you could put a pacifier in it and it will hold it. So I didn't want that. So what I did instead, I didn't realize there was a hole in its mouth until I had already started it. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I just went ahead and sewed it shut, and they said their dog always keeps like their tongue hanging out, so I went ahead and made one. So I sewed the mouth shut, put the tongue on there, and I've got my little nose, you know, my safety nose. But you can see, that's the hole. It's like a round hole that the pacifier would have gone in, but I just went ahead and sewed it shut and sewed that tongue right in there. And it's cool because the tongue is flappy too, so you can be sticking up or just out. And I tried to like sew the mouth sideways with the tongue kind of sideways, just to kind of give it some character. I think it will look really cute with the little tongue and the eyes and the ears. Hopefully they like it. But the loop stitch is kind of a pain in the butt, and I watched a tutorial on YouTube about how to do it, and I found a faster way to do it. So I've just been doing it that way, and I wanted it to be really loopy, so I made my loops a lot bigger than just like finger length. It's like 2 fingers fit in there. So I think traditionally the loop stitch sits on 1 stitch. Mine goes in between 2. Like I said, it's functional. It does its job. They're not going to come undone, but it's not necessarily the right way. Maybe. But I don't know. But it is something different to do. You know, I've been doing a lot of knitting, so it's nice to just kind of take a break and crochet. Moving on to check it out. So this is kind of dyeing related, I guess. I got this awesome wheel, but it's multi-usable. Yeah, you know? So it's got two sides. It's got this side, which is awesome. And I got it off Amazon. I'll go ahead and link to it in my on my blog, mandobugcrafts.blogspot.com, with my linked notes. But you can see, like, if the pure color is green, you can follow it down to your complementary color, your split complementary colors, and then it's got all these other ones. It's to help you cheat on the color wheel, you know, because I don't know anything about color theory. And it spins, so you can see, you know, well, what if yellow-green is my pure color? Then this is what would happen. And it also shows you, like, the shade, the tone, and the tint. So shade is if you add black, tone is I think it's the actual color. Maybe. I'm not sure what tone is. Well, I know tint is if you add white, and shade is if you add black. But I don't know what tone is. But so that's just one side. So you could use this side not only with dyeing, but like picking a project. Like maybe you want to make a blanket and you want to have some nice coordinating colors and you're having a hard time, you can just play around with this. But the other side is more primarily for dyeing. So this straight up tells you, like, okay. So right here we have, wait, let's do this one. So we have red. If you add red to red, you get red. If you add yellow to red-orange, you get this nice orange. If you add blue to orange, you get like that, what is that? It's like a dark gray blue. If you add white to yellow-orange, you get like a, what is that, like a peachy color? Then if you add black to yellow, you get that ugly dark mustard color. But it's nice because you can spin it around and be like, well, I want to know what happens if you add black to red, orange. Okay, you get like a dark red orange. Or you can just spin around and look at colors and be like, ooh, I really like that color, how do I get it? You know? So I'm going to be playing around with this when I get around to dyeing my my like 2 pounds of domestic wool that I got with my wheel. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with a Lana set starter kit. It's only like between $10 and $15, and it's enough to dye what I have without really investing in dyeing, because really this for me is just for fun. So I like to dabble in all the arts and crafts, if you haven't noticed. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. I think it was like $8 on Amazon. I think. I'll link. So, oh, you know, this is me with my rogue show notes. I forgot one of my works in progress. I have made actually a lot of progress on my Craftsy class, the Free Motion Fillers Volume 1 with Leah Day. I pieced the quilt together and just went to town. I actually sewed until I ran out of thread, and then got snowed in. Well, like, it was more of an ice-in, but still, you know, state of emergency, can't go get thread. So I had to stop, and that was not cool because I wanted to finish it, especially when the power cut out and it was starting to get really cold. But I went ahead and pre-shot a video of it because it's big and hard to show, so I'll go ahead and insert that here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the squares out of order, just because it'll be easier that way. Also because there's, I think I've done like 30. Some of these squares have travel stitching in them, which you can go ahead and assume that that means, and I have some blank ones, that then it means that you have to sew over a line you've already sewed. So you can see this happened a lot in this quilt. It makes the lines thicker. So those were all travel stitched. I have a hard time sewing straight lines. And you can tell that in these triangle ones. And like here you can see I trapped myself into a little space and couldn't figure out how to get out. And you know, with this quilt, I'm really just trying to learn. So I'm okay with mistakes here and there. It's just for me and my husband, and he can't wait till I finish it. He doesn't care about the design so much. He just wants to be able to bundle up in it. These ones were pretty hard. It's really hard to make a perfect circle. I mean, not that the circles have to be perfect, but it definitely helps. This is one of my favorites because it has a great texture to it, and it's so bubbly and happy. I feel like it would be great on a underwater themed quilt. I think I'm going to go back on this one and refill in some of these squares. I think I left them too big. More square designs. I'm not even sure what's going on that one. This was a really cool design with the swirls. Another design with straight lines. They're difficult. This was one of the first blocks. You can see it kind of looks like the design that's stitched into the border. This one's one of my favorites. And I don't think it turned out very well, but it's still one of my favorite designs. It's just difficult. This one was one of my first blocks too, and I made the designs the same size, and that was a mistake. You can tell, and it just looks off. This was my attempt at paisley. This one's one of my favorites too, the echoing hearts. It's beautiful. Kind of sad it was on the gray one. Just how it ended up for me. This one was fun to do. I'm not sure if I like the square that much, but it was a fun design to stitch. And that's the last one that I have stitched. So, I mean, I put hours into this quilt. Hours. And it's a good size. It's hard to show everything, but that's my attempt. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I'm still learning a lot. I've snapped my thread a couple times here and there. I actually got some issues on the back. I'll probably show you guys that next week, but I didn't baste it very well. It was my first time basting a quilt, and you kind of unpin it as you go, and I unpinned too many, and underneath the back piece sandwiched and then got quilted through itself. So I cut it, and I'm gonna have to like pull it all out and then like I'm probably gonna hand sew like a piece. It's only in the top left corner, so it's not a super big deal, but that did happen, and I was really mad when I found out. But you know, no use crying over spilled milk is really what it comes down to, and I'm learning that as I get older. So yeah, so current events. The Ravelinics are going on, or Ravelinic games, however you want to say it, and I am participating with Team Sasquatch, and I went ahead and did my entry, and I put down 3 works in progress that I want to finish, and I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I got that request for the bear, and that kind of took up a lot of my time, and I don't see myself finishing all of my works in progress that I wrote down, but I should at least finish one, and it's the one that I've started working on. So I've been working on this crochet shawl. It's a drops pattern. It's got a weird number. I'll put it at the bottom. They number their patterns, and then this one is like in kid silk, and that's because the pattern was written in their yarn, and of course I'm not using their yarn. I don't want to make a shawl out of that yarn. So I'm using Vanna's Choice Glamour, which is not the best yarn, but I'm making this for my grandma, so I think it's the best, you know, it's the best. Her hands are, she can't do a lot with her hands because of her age, so I'm sure this is going in a washing machine. It's not getting hand washed. So, you know, acrylic was the best option here. I'm pretty sure I've showed you guys this progress before, but I'll go ahead and share it again anyways. this is where I left off. I started this last May, and it's really pretty. I was trying to make it in time so that she could wear it to my aunt's wedding, but I got sidetracked somehow, which happens a lot. But I've got it back on the hook. I've made a bunch of more squares. You know, they just look like this. They gotta be sewed together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 6, and a half a square. So I'm making progress, but I need like 40 more of these before it's done. So, yeah. I think I can finish this by the time the Ravelinics end, but I can't finish the other two. I also put down my snowflake blanket and my something pretty blanket, and I don't see those getting finished. But I'm trying guys. So the only other stuff I got for current events is the February/March finished object thread. You can go ahead to my Ravelry group, MandoBug Crafts, and check out the details on that. There's 3 different categories, so maybe something you've made fits into one of those, so it doesn't hurt to just share. And even if you've already submitted something in a category, you can share more things. We'd love to see your projects, so share away. Oh, and also, do you think I should get a tag for that? I don't know. I don't really know what the tags are used for. And then the cupcake giveaway. So my birthday is next week, so I will be drawing next week, so you have until next week's episode to enter. I got put on nights, which kind of sucks at work, you know. So I'm working I work 7 at night till like 5 in the morning, and it's no fun. And they changed around the days that I work too, so I think Fridays are going to be the best day for me to record now, if you care. You know, you guys might not care at all, but just, I guess, if you do care, if you are interested, I probably will be recording Fridays and getting it up either Friday night or Saturday, so that's just kind of a heads up. And then upcoming events. I'm still trying to get on iTunes, dang it. iTunes is such a pain. I'm hosting my videos now, and I have been working on cleaning up my feed for iTunes because it's so picky. And I've been like troubleshooting it. Half of my feed works, and there's a button I can subscribe to my feed through iTunes before they've accepted it as a podcast, you know, and it'll start downloading my episodes. But when I submit to iTunes, they're like, oh, we can't download some of your episodes. So I'm still troubleshooting through that. Like, it's like half working, half not, and it took me all day to figure it out. So please be patient with me as I figure this out. It is not fun. I mean, I could probably do it a lot easier, but I'm trying to do this free or super cheap. So you can't blame me. Oh, hi, Pop-Ups. You want to come say hi, Pop-Ups? Oh, both of them. Here, we'll say hi. Hi, Pop-Ups. Hi, pretty girl. Yeah, this is my baby Chloe, and then my other baby Hallie. What you itching for? It's too cold to have fleas. Alright, but that's all I got for you guys this week. So, happy crafting, and keep warm and safe, and I'll see you next week. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day again. Bye!